Hello, guys. Good afternoon. It's already the 13th of February, guys. Savio, thank you for coming. Savio says, I'm the number one. I'm the first. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm like, I'm the number one. I understand it right until I had to read it again. And Savio hit the W2. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming by and showing support. Appreciate it. We have another episode, guys. Episode 47. I mean, I was not feeling good. I was like, wait a minute. I think I'm not gonna do an episode today, but we're up, and hopefully we could get better along the way. My wife is gonna do some soup today, so hopefully I get some energy. Yeah, I don't know if it's the weather out there or something. I mean, where I'm getting out, right now I feel like my eyes are burning, like like it's incredible. I had a headache this morning. I had to go back to sleep. But we're back, guys. So hopefully we feel better. Savio says the first bro in the chat. Okay. Yeah, I read it first and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the number one. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, we're testing egos here. But appreciate it for coming by. Thank you. Thank you. I had to read it twice to understand. But appreciate it for coming by. Yeah, guys. Anybody who doesn't know who I am, my stage name is Boricua Pati 24. You guys can call me Bori or whatever. I mean, sure, whatever works for you. My real name is Jonathan, by the way. So you can find my name in social media as well. So everything is my and all the panels are in my description, guys, below. So you guys could follow, do anything you can to show support. Remember, I also have a like goal of 2. So if you guys could go ahead and hit the like, I would appreciate it very much. We're at 160 followers, guys. So guys, we're moving very fast. I don't know. I don't know. I was never expecting my channel to move very, very fast. But Rumble is awesome. Thanks to the community. We all support each other. El Wolf PR, woo. Gracias por venir. With the hearts, go, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you for the $2 donation. Thank you. Appreciate it. Gracias. And so, yeah, guys, Savio and El Wolf PR, 2 good content creators, guys. So whoever that's coming in and watching the stream, don't forget to follow them, show support. They're also got growing content creators as well. They have really good content, really good people. So yeah, don't forget to show support over there. Hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. And so yeah, so thank you guys for coming by. And so yeah, today we're gonna talk about more stocks, guys. Remember, it's Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Friday. So it's the end of the week, and we have Saturday and Sunday off for stocks. Stocks don't run on Saturday and Sunday. Savio says, Rumble love, the best community ever. Yes, yes, it is. It is. Rumble, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I have the other platforms as well, but nothing like Rumble, guys. So whoever it's on Twitter, on Twitch, on Kick or YouTube or anything like that, hop to Rumble, guys. As you can see up there, if you can see on your right, I say I have a Rumble join Rumble QR code. So if you're new or you haven't joined Rumble yet, go ahead to hit scan the QR code so you could go ahead and start being part of the team here on Rumble. And so let's continue, guys. Oh, we already hit the goal. Thank you guys for liking the video. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's only 2 likes. That's all I asked for. It's just showing support. And that's kind of what I love. About the community, that we all help each other out. So let's go ahead and continue. So before I end, remember, guys, these last couple days I haven't been feeling well, so I've been only like showing support on like two people. So as you can see here on the document, guys, everything on green, guys, are the people that already show support in terms of going to their stream, hitting the like, hitting the shit, reposting if I'm on Rumble, and showing support of either following other social media platforms that they have and stuff like that. I still gotta go through all of them again to see if I have been if I have followed the rest of their platforms. But yeah, anything that I can to show support. I mean, if you guys could go ahead and trigger that down and pass the word or do the same thing I'm doing, that would be awesome because this is what the community is all about. Helping each other out. So as you can see, guys, I mean, on if you have a phone, an extra phone, or you go open up a tab to show support with somebody, hitting them up, with helping them up with watch hours or even chatting at least one or twice, something just to show support. That will be awesome. It will help other content creators hit their numbers, guys, because remember, we there's a good majority that are in the program, either Rumble, YouTube, or anywhere else, and we all gotta hit our numbers, and so some of them already hit their numbers, but there's some that need help. So if you are a content creator, need some help with watch hours, if I have to leave two or three tabs open just to help you out with some watch hours, I'm here, so feel free to let me know. Tactic Protocol Media, appreciate it for coming by. Thank you for showing up and showing support. Thank you for the hearts. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So as you can see here on the document, I mean, all these are all the people that I have listed, that are recent followers since December. So everything on green is pretty much all the ones that I've been showing support recently. And so I still got a lot of work to do. We're still at the beginning of the month, so well, almost halfway. But hopefully I should be done with all of these by the end of the month. And so also, guys, I'm gonna at the end of the month, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and mention all the followers for February, guys, for February. So I'm gonna, it's a gratitude, it's a token of appreciation, and like thanks, I'm gonna go ahead and mention all of them at the end of the month, and then I'm gonna run a roulette, and yeah, guys, whoever that wins, I'm gonna as a token of appreciation, I'm gonna send them a pretty okay donation, guys, just as a thanks for the follow and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this document. So let's go ahead and take that one off. Okay, and let's go now to the third channel right here. Hopefully you guys can see everything here. As you can see, guys, on the left, guys, is it's the web that I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. I have three tabs open. I have Finviz, I have TradingView, which is a charting platform, and I have another website as well for crypto, guys, and you could use that for scanning the stocks and doing either fundamental analysis. Now, technical analysis, you have to be careful because I don't know how good the chartings are. I mean, I've already seen them, and it will be recommended to use other chartings, kind of like Trading View or anything like that, just to do your proper technical analysis about the crypto. But the stocks will use Trading View, and so Finviz is pretty much a scanning software. It has a lot of tools, a lot of options to filter out the stocks. So yeah, I'm gonna go through that in a bit. I'm gonna try to do I'm gonna teach you guys what I have on the right side, which is the document here. Today is the 13th, so let me fix that really quick. And the hour is 2:52. Oh wow, we almost started at the same time, almost. almost hours yesterday. And so as you can see, this pink Retro Hawk Gaming, yo Boricua, hey, appreciate it. Thank you for coming by and showing support. Appreciate it. Retro Hawk Gaming is also another content creator. I think Tactical Pro Media. Let me check. Let me check. Before we start, let me go ahead and check if I followed you. I don't know if I followed you yet. Tactical Pro. So I have followed you. Tactical Pro Media has 34 followers, guys. I think he doesn't do much streaming, but if you guys could go ahead and show support and follow his channel, that would be awesome. I think I'm not sure if he helps what do you call it? El Wolf PR. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, if you guys could go ahead and show support to Tactical X Protocol Media, that would be awesome. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Also, guys, very important to show support to Pickaxe, guys, on the 24, guys. If I'm not mistaken, on the 24, they have their app launch on for Android, guys. Pickaxe is it's a free platform, guys. It's it's you can speak whatever you want. It's a free speech platform, and you could use it also for benefit for your streaming, guys. You also get watch hours using that platform as well. So that will be awesome. You guys go ahead and show support to Pickaxe, guys. I also have an account there, so if you guys could follow me, that will be awesome as well. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. I know we got a little bit to go, so let's go by and check here on the document on the right side, guys. So yeah, it's the 13. So anything here on pink, guys, we're gonna use this as we go on and do our mention our criteria, and I start explaining everything of my criteria. This is pretty much telling me that the market cap that I'm gonna start I'm gonna need to scan the stocks with, like the market cap is the total value of the company. So I would want to see only under 300 million company value, and it's my personal preference. Everybody is different, but I have seen that a great majority of stocks that move very fast in value are under 300 million, guys. Okay, it's way more easy for these little small companies to double triple their value compared to the other big ones, which is billion-dollar companies, multi-billion dollar companies. um those are very hard. I mean, it's not very hard to double, but it's gonna take a lot longer, and that's kind of what I'm trying to give you guys. But this right here on pink, I mean, this statement here, I'm just gonna run it down when we do the criteria. It's the same thing. I just say focus on market cap when scanning for stocks, under this value here, and that's pretty much it. And so as you can see here, I have said for this criteria here, I have said is for live trading, pre-market, and market open, right? And just like I said in my other streams, guys, everything is pretty much the same. I teach the same every single stream, guys, and I do it on purpose because it's the only way you guys gonna get it. The more I repeat, I don't want to keep throwing, I don't want to be like other streamers where they throw all this junk in the wall and see, you know well, it's not junk, it's true value, but at the end of the day, it's so much, and you're gonna get so overwhelmed with so much information, guys. um only those that are very into stocks and very like motivated to learn everything of everything, then good to you. You could, on your spare time, you could go ahead and take all those different streams and look at them one by one. Just you know um learn as much as you can from other terms and other things. But if you want to like grasp just something that you can hang on and start off, guys, your journey, then this is pretty much what I'm doing. Just teaching you the same criterias, the same way I find stocks. Almost the same. I look at the same patterns, guys. I don't do too much. I don't teach overwhelmingly much. Now I preach here and there. About things that you guys got to be careful, and things that you have to take in consideration. But that's not that's not the it's important, but the most important thing is to learn the fundamentals, guys, of stocks. Like supply and demand. Learn these terms here: percentage change, price, per share. How to even acquire the stock, guys. A lot of people don't, still to this day, don't if you don't if you still if you don't know how to trade stocks, and you've learned all this and you still don't know how to acquire stock. Right here, over here on this document, I have an example. You could screenshot this, and it's just pretty much an example on how to buy the stock. Right, in this case, we have just this random name, random stock, SXTP. Right, and let's say the stock price is at $4.35 35 cents a share. Right, remember, it takes if you want to own just one share, it's going to cost you $4.35. Pretty simple. Okay. Next thing, let's say you bought $1,000, right? Let's say you have $1,000, right? And you want to use all $1,000. Um, then how much can you, the question will be, how much shares can you buy with $1,000, right? So you take the $1,000 that you have on hand, right? And you divide it by the price per share of the stock that you want to acquire shares from. Okay, and then it's gonna give you a total of, in this case, it's 229 shares of the stock. And then you go ahead, let's say you use, out of that 229 shares that you could buy, you bought 200 shares, right? Let's say the price went up from $4.35 all the way to $7.53, and now let's say you want to sell. So you sell the same amount of shares that you bought, right? It's totally personal preference at this point. Like you could sell half, or you could sell a quarter, or bits by bits, or it's at the end of the day, it's up to you, however you want to buy or sell. Depending on what strategy you're trying to, what kind of way you want to trade it. But this is just an example. Let's say you want to sell all the shares that you bought, right? You sell it at 753, and now you want to see how much profit you made, right? So you take the 200 shares, right? That it says down here, right? 200 shares, and you multiply it by the price per share uh that the that is at a current point for that stock, right? Which is 753, right? You multiply that, and it's gonna give you 15,006, right? $1,506, right? And now you could take the $1,506 and you subtract it by the money that you already had at the beginning for to invest, which is the $1,000, and that leaves you with $506 in profit. Okay, so hopefully this was not overwhelming. This is just an example on how can you acquire stocks, guys. And let's go ahead and keep moving on. Hopefully this was you could understand a little bit well on this. If you need to screenshot it or pause it whenever you, or when the stream is done with, you guys could go back and check it out to learn a little bit more. But all this list is pretty much, we have the criterias, we have tips on how to find news, through social media. We have this watch list, not only on crypto but on stocks as well, guys, that we do every single day when the market is closed. Okay, and so um, right here, some people still to this day, if you're new and you don't know what's pre-market and market open, let me go ahead and show you what is pre-market and market open, right? So let's say you want to check the hours. I mean, you could go through Chat GPT, right? Or go on Google, just a quick question, you get the answer in seconds. But if you want to see more proof, you could go to the Nasdaq web, right? You put Nasdaq trading hours, right? And it's very good to go to Nasdaq because also you could see when are the holiday schedule, where the market is going to be closed in these dates, right? We have one very soon coming up in 3 days, guys. It's going to be President's Day, and the market is going to be closed. Okay, so you could check here the dates where the market is going to be closed. Only these 2 days are the only days that it's going to be temporary open until 1 o'clock p.m. Okay, so that's good to check. And now, as you scroll here, you see the trading hours for the Nasdaq stock market. Remember, guys, the most important market that the majority trades here in the US is the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, that pretty much, there's you got a great majority of stocks there. You got about 20 more than 20,000 stocks there traded, every day from Monday to Friday, you know and so remember, this is the stock market. It don't it especially the New York Stock Exchange, guys, they use Eastern time. Okay, and so very important to know, if you're on the West Coast, guys, you have to set everything up Eastern time. You have to focus, you have to track those hours. Okay, because in this case here, you see the market opens at 9:30 to 4 p.m., right? And let's say you're Western time, and you're waking up at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and you think that it's at 9 o'clock, 9:30 your time here on Western time. Then you pretty much missed you missed out the market like the opening, which is the most important, because that's when it's the first 4 hours of the market open is when it's very active. Everything's moving, all the orders are being executed, not all of them, but the majority of orders that are available get executed at those times very fast. uh you know and so you got a lot of market makers that open around the at the open as well. Some temporary, you have a temporary opening, which I'm gonna show you guys right now. Red Sister Fan, appreciate it for coming by. Red Sister Fan is also another content creator, guys. Remember, the music that you heard at the beginning, guys, when the stream was about to start, is coming from Red Sixer Fan. So if you guys could go ahead and show support and hit that follow and share his streams and everything, that will be appreciated. He does good music, guys. Hopefully I gotta do a new playlist because I hear the same music all the time, and I have only like 4 or 5 music there. So hopefully I'm gonna have to do like a new playlist so I don't I don't get sick. But he has good music. I love his music. And so yeah, go ahead, show support to Rex Sixers Fan. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So these are the market hours, guys. uh Rex Sixer Fan say, I have 100 songs. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I have to take advantage, adding more this weekend. Awesome, awesome, appreciate it. Thank you for coming by and showing support. You're welcome, you're welcome. And so let's go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about when it comes to extended hours, guys. We're gonna use GME, right? GameStop for stocks. Okay, and there's different platforms out there, right? Red Sister Fan says, how the stocks talk. Oh, good, good, good. We're just starting off. I started a little bit late, so sorry about that, guys. I was not feeling good, so I had to rest extra. Hopefully I could get better. Eventually. I don't know if it's the weather where it's making me feel this way. But I've been feeling not great for these couple days, for this whole week. So right here, guys, as you can see, I mean, every platform, like charting platforms, guys, they different. Red Sister Fan says drink water. Yes, yes, I've been drinking a lot of water every day. Appreciate it for being aware. Appreciate it. Thank you. And so guys, on this chart, there's different charting platforms, guys. I use Trading View, but it's not gonna look at it like this at first, right? The whole screen, this whole screen is gonna be white, so you're gonna have to set it up here on the settings, whatever colors that you feel comfortable. Right here it's gonna be at first on regular trading hours, but you could fix it. Put add the extended hours, and that will put these yellow lines. Well, usually the yellow here, you're gonna have to add it where it says pre-market, post-market hours. You may see another color. Okay. Resistor fans say, yeah, I believe water is underrated. Is underrated when ill. Yes, yes. Me when I'm not feeling good, I like soup. I mean, who doesn't like soup when they're sick? And yeah, a lot of rest. I hardly not like doing anything. Period. When I'm sick, but yeah. Hopefully I could get better, and uh, you know, it seems like nothing, like on the camera. It seems like I'm not feeling like I'm feeling okay, but like deep inside, I'm like, I want to like go to bed and just just be there all day. But it's okay. Hopefully I could get better. But let's go ahead and continue, guys. I'm trying to, hopefully I could finish the stream not too soon, but enough for you guys to get a little bit of value. So this is, you could go to the settings and change the colors and everything of even the candles, guys. So very important to do, if you want to make it look however. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your personal preference. Now this blue line, as you can see, guys, this separates the day of yesterday and today, right? Or a previous day with the current day, right? It separates. Now this, from that point, from after this point all the way to the end of this point, doesn't mean it's like the whole entire 24 hours. Okay, it's only the trading hours. Okay, and you have two different types. You got the regular hours, right, which is this point, and from here, from this start right here at 9:30 in the morning all the way to this point, which is 4 p.m, is called intraday, right? And these are regular trading hours. Okay, and also from this point right here after the blue line, you have 4 in the morning all the way to 9:30 in the morning. This is extended hours, right? And the market opens just temporary. It's just a temporary open, right? um it doesn't open fully, so there's a lot of market makers not trading, a lot of brokers not open. So this is just temporary. I put it at this color because it's my preference. But there's opportunities here on pre-market. It's called pre-market hours. Okay, and you don't have a lot of activity here. It's a lot less than the regular hours here. But as soon as it opens, guys, you got a lot of volume. You can see here, I mean, there's a lot of volume, a lot of activity, and it starts slowing down around 11, 12. It starts slowing down. And then at 1 o'clock, 1:30, you got power hours, right? And everything starts picking up again. No, most likely not at the same rate as in the market open, but it opens at a good rate, not too bad. And then at 4 o'clock, it shuts down, not completely, but it leaves the market open, just temporary. And so you could have opportunity there. Me, I don't recommend trading after hours. Some people do trade after hours, but there's not a lot more activity compared to pre-market and in the couple hours, first hours of market open. Okay, and this here runs from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. Okay, and then after that you have this blue line again, and then the pre-market starts all over again, and it goes on another cycle. Okay, and so here you have the hours, just the same thing. It's gonna say Nasdaq stock market from 9:30 in the morning Eastern time to 4 p.m, and the extended hours which is called pre-market. You got the pre-market and you got the after hours, right? The pre-market starts at 4 in the morning and closes at 9:30 in the morning. Well, it doesn't close. It's just, well, it just closes, but the next couple hours is when the market opens, which is, it opens entirely, completely. Everything opens. There's a lot of fluctuation, and then when it closes, right, just temporary. Well, it leaves the market temporary open, which is the after hours, and it opens. It's open from 4 p.m. all the way to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Remember, everything is Eastern time. Okay, and so that's pretty much it. Everything in a nutshell. If you want to look for more information, I mean, you guys could go ahead and check anything that you can. But Nasdaq is usually where you're gonna find the information. Well, I mean, nowadays you have all different type of websites. You have ChatGPT, you have, I mean, Siri, I mean, anybody, pretty much. Oh shit, I just said Siri and my phone just activated. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. And let's check the stocks that we were gonna mention. Remember, this criteria is used for pre-market. Now that you know what's pre-market and market open, this criteria here is what I use for those times. And this criteria right here is the same thing. Well, the one in the bottom right here is the same thing as this top criteria for the market close. Now, the only thing that changes is the percentage change. Okay. And why I don't have the percentage change added into the bottom one when the market is closed. Okay, when the market is closed, guys, percentage change, it just don't move at all. There's no, if I focus on percentage change more than the rest of the criteria at first, then you're gonna notice a lot where you're not gonna see stocks, guys, that are not, running. They don't have a lot of possibility of continuing. Um, and so you're gonna get trapped in looking at stocks that don't have any volume at all. Um, you're gonna find a lot that doesn't have no demand, and so there's a lot of things that are not gonna fit, in your criteria, guys. Okay, that's why I don't focus on percentage change when the market is closed. I get zero benefit from the percentage change. Okay, and so I take that off when the market is closed, guys, and I use the same criteria. And so I'm gonna run through this when I start scanning for, filtering the stocks here on this web here of Finviz. But let's keep going down, guys. Here you have the crypto. I use three criterias for the crypto on coin market cap, guys. Right here, this web right here, coin market cap. Okay, I use those three criterias. They're very simple, but it's not the only thing you should focus on when doing your proper analysis, guys. You have to use all this criteria, guys. I make it this simple to find them, but eventually you're gonna have to add all this criteria into checking your crypto to validate that this crypto is either legit and you could trade it with no issues. There's a lot of liquidity, a lot of demand for it. So you know you have to do your due diligence. But this is the criteria right here to find them. And so as we go down here, you have the Twitter and X tips. Right here, sometimes you may not find news either on the software that you're using, which some of them have news integrated, or sometimes they don't have news integrated, and you using that software for your, charting purposes, and you then have another website or whatever other software that you use for the news. Okay, sometimes you may not find the news that you're looking for. It was not maybe not available for the stock that you're trying to do your research, your analysis. And the greatest thing to go ahead and go and look at is the X platform. The X platform, you could go in there, you could put the dollar sign and the ticker symbol, and right there you press enter and you get all your information. Crippy Chuckles with the hearts, appreciate it. Thank you for coming by and showing support. Appreciate it very much. Creepy Chuckles is also a good content creator as well. You got a good following. Go ahead, show support. Whoever doesn't know who Creepy Chuckles is, so go ahead, show support over there. I would appreciate it very much. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. So we use X platform in case, guys, we don't find any news on the software, or let's say this website here, Finviz or Yahoo Finance or any other platform that you're using. Okay. As a day trader, which I am, you got, I mean, you got different ways to trade in the market. You could do, swing trading, which you could, you know, uh, study a stock and trade the stock from one day and just monitor it as you're trading it throughout several multiple days. That's called like a swing trade. It's not a long trade, long term. It's short term, but 1 or 2 days, that's more counted as a swing trade. A day trade, you're trading, you're making, you hold everything, all your decision in one day, and you're trading very short term. And then you have long term trading, which you're buying now and expecting to get a return, a great return over time, either for your vacation time, when you have vacation, or any whatever other plans that you have in the future. Um, and so let's go ahead and continue, guys. So as you can see here, you put the dollar sign and the ticker symbol, you press enter, and you get information. Now, day traders like me, guys, I like looking at the headlines. I don't go ahead and do too much research, guys. Remember, the stocks that I look at, guys, they move very fast, and if you don't make decisions quickly and analyze quickly, guys, you might lose your opportunity of trading it. Okay, so you have to, I mean, you can't be too reckless and just going through the analysis very quick. You just have to understand all the terms that I'm gonna teach you right now, which is the criteria here. If you understand this and you understand supply and demand, and you understand, risk reward, how much you're willing to risk, if the stock goes against you, and you're gonna exit, you got to know your entries and exits. In day trading, you got to also understand the charting system, right? This charting system here. Understand, what I just teach, which was the pre-market, market open. Understand the hours, understand the candlesticks, guys. Understand the indicators, which is, this is a red line right here, is called a VWAP. Hopefully you guys could see this. So that red line is a VWAP. It's called a volume weighted average price. And so it's a calculation of price and volume, right, over a period they use you know they could use 90 days, they could use 120 days. Over a period of time, they have a calculation of price and volume, and that's why you see this line is made of that calculation. Okay. And so these indicators are not used to make decisions in the market. You don't push the trigger based on these on what these indicators do. Okay, this is just a guide, just showing you how interested this stock is in the traders or investors eyes. Okay, if the candles are above these indicate this line here, that means there's demand, for the stock, there's interest in the stock. And when it's below it, then it means, people are losing interest, and they're losing more interest as lower as the price goes, as more as it gets separated from it, underneath this level here. Okay, so that's pretty much, now it's very important to understand candlesticks, guys. These are called Japanese candlesticks, just in case if you guys don't know, right? The red is for the selling pressure. You got sellers are in charge for this period of time, and the green is the buyers are in charge for this period of time. They're putting pressure, to push the price up, and the red is the sellers putting pressure to push the price down. Okay, and everybody has a different strategy. Some people are shorting, some people are just they just bought at an earlier time, and they're just taking profits at the top, and that's why you see some profit taking here, which is this right here, this drop right here. We call it a pullback, right? In the stock market, we call it the pullback. And so, I mean, there's different terms that you could learn. I'm not gonna teach you everything because it's you're gonna get overwhelmed. But every day that you listen to me, you're gonna get more smarter. The more, because I teach pretty much the same thing, so you're not gonna miss anything. Okay. So yeah, the one candle. If you understand one candle at a time, one candle, guys, then you can understand how all these patterns start emerging. Okay, if you can understand that these green candles have bodies and have these tails are called wicks. You see the tail right there, this tail that came out from that body is called a wick. Okay, so there's short wicks, there's long wicks, there's medium sized wicks. um those are pretty much just showing weakness. The price, there was not a lot of buying pressure on at that point, buying and selling pressure, and so the price was pushed down. And sometimes it gets sometimes it gets pushed from the bottom. You have a bottom wick. you know uh you have to understand, there's a lot of different ways to understand, but this is like the most basic. And this green that you see, all this green, this square, right? And you see a lot of color in there. That's a lot of buying pressure. There was a lot more buyers than sellers, and they made this block here, right? And the way this thing starts, it starts from the bottom, right? When there's buyers, when there's a lot amount of buyers here, it starts here at the bottom of the body, right? It starts the five. Remember, this is controlled by uh time frames here. You have multiple time frames here. You have the daily, you have the 4 hour, you have the 1 hour, 15 minutes. So every candle, it's in this case I use the 5 minutes. So every candle here is 5 minutes. Okay, that's why you see here 9:30, 9:35, 9:40, 9:45. So everything is by 5-minute increments. Okay, and so how the 5 minutes starts for the green candles, it starts at the bottom of the body, right? Sometimes you may see a wick coming by. That means it started here and then it went down at one point, and then it recuperated, and got back to its at the level that it opened, and then it's continuing to go up. But in this case, this one doesn't have a wick. It probably has a little small wick. I'm not sure if I can see it clearly, but if it does, then that's how it works. And then there's a lot of buying and selling, more buying than selling, and then it ends right here at the top. Those 5 minutes end right here at this top of the body. Okay. Sometimes you may see a wick here on the top, which I already show you. And so, that means, the price kept going. There was a lot buying, 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 buying. And then there was more selling pressure than buying, and they pushed the price down back to this point. And since the 5 minutes ended, then, it stopped at this point, at this price per share area. And then the next 5 minutes starts at this point, and on and on and on. You got different types of ways to look at it. You got different shapes at which a candle could tell you a story of whether the stock is gonna go up, is it gonna turn around, is it gonna consolidate. There's different ways to look at candles. um and so the red is just pretty much the opposite of what the green does, guys. The top of the body is the opening of the red candle, and the bottom body is the closing of the red candle. Pretty simple. And the wicks is just a point where the stock price jumped up, and it couldn't go up more, and the sellers just pushed the price down again. It's just telling you, just showing weakness. There was weakness at that point, and they couldn't, buyers couldn't hold the price up. And you could say the same thing at the opposite area. So that's pretty much a little example of how candlesticks work, guys. This is some homework for you if you like if you like trading candlesticks, guys, uh, as a day trade. And so, very important to understand, guys. You got different type of styles here. You got bar charts, you got candles, you got hollow candles, volume candles, line charts. I mean, they all look different, and they have a different you have a different way of looking at these candles. You see, let's show Heikennachi. You see, they look different, so there's a different way to look at them and analyze the price fluctuation. Now, me, I like to look at Japanese candlesticks, guys. Is the most basic and the most commonly used if you're day trading. But that's pretty much it, guys. Not, I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but this is kind of what you have to learn. Learn candlesticks, learn the indicators, learn what this is. This is volume, guys. These upper bar charts, bars that you see here. Green is for the buyers, buyers took control, and the red is for the sellers that took control at that period. Okay. And the higher the volume, then the more the pressure, the buying pressure you're gonna see, or you could see where the where it squeezed everything that it could in the buying side, and now the sellers are just taking advantage, so everything has a different story, different way to look at it. I wouldn't focus too much on these bar. Remember, everything is delayed, guys. Even the candlesticks are delayed, very very minimum. And it is recommended, guys, to have real time charting. The same thing with the screeners, guys. All these are delayed scannings unless you have a subscription to see the real time. And even if you have the real time, guys, this indicators here, this line right here, is still delayed, guys. Same thing with these, and same thing with the candles. They're just a little delayed. These are more delayed than these line here, this VWAP. Okay. The only way this thing is gonna show up on the chart, guys, if it shows up first on the tape. Okay, very important to understand the tape. The tape is a box, right next to when you're making your order, right, to buy a share of the stock. You're gonna see another box there, and you're gonna see people that bought or sold shares at a certain amount at a certain time, and that information is just people that bought shares at those specific times. Those are transactions that happen, and so if nothing shows up on the tape, it's not going to show up on the chart, guys. Okay, very simple to understand. If it doesn't show up on the tape, it's not going to show up on the chart. And so it's always good to check the tape, because there you can see how much demand the and how much pressure either buying or selling there is, and so it's always good to look at the tape, to analyze the tape while you're trading, okay, to confirm either the stock is being, is there's a lot of buyers at that point, confirming there's a buying pressure at that point, or either a selling pressure at that point. You could confirm that in the tape. And then you have the level 2 or the level 3, whatever that is your preference. Now the level 2 is not going to give you too much information on where the buyers, the wall of buyers and the wall of sellers are. um you're going to see all the information on the level 3, guys. Okay, now the level 3, the same thing with the level 2 and the level 4, all of them have to be paid. It's personal preference, guys. You don't have to use all 3. You could use only one. My preference will be the level 3, guys. Very simple to understand. You can see pending orders listed, guys, on that software. You can find it on the Nasdaq, guys. The Nasdaq sells the software, the monthly subscription. Okay, so the monthly subscription, if you're not a professional, a licensed professional in stocks, it's gonna cost you like $15 a month, somewhere, something like that. That's good price, guys. So take advantage if you're trying to trade, and you could see. I mean, you can analyze where the buyers, the wall of buyers and the wall of sellers are. You can see the big orders and everything. And so very easy to understand. To learn a little bit more of level three and what level two is, how those work, I would suggest Fausto Puglisi. Very, very good guy. He's on YouTube. He does all his stream on YouTube. If you guys want to look at his stuff, he will explain how everything works. Very simple. Very simple. Fausto Puglisi. Um, Let me see if I could write down exactly the word of his name. Fausto Puglisi. Check him out for understanding level 2 and level 3. Okay, so I already send a message on the chat, so you guys could check it out. Check the guy out. He shows everything about level 2, level 3. I mean, everything that you need to know. Very simple. It doesn't even take 10 minutes to understand that. Understand the basics of level 2, level 3. And so let's go ahead and continue. So we have 5 likes. Appreciate it, guys, for showing support. Thank you for the likes. And let's go ahead and continue, guys. Where we stand, I know I preach a little bit, but it's always good to understand. So yeah, very important to understand candlesticks, understand the little terms that I mentioned, guys. You guys could look at all my streams. I pretty much say the same thing, guys, so you're not missing nothing. Okay. And so very important to understand supply and demand. And let's go ahead and continue. So here, you have here this formula, guys. This is only to you will use this if you're, let's say, you're trading the same stock that you're looking for, right? And you have traded it before, right? And now you want to see what was that news and how the stock reacted off that news, right? If it was the same news, then great. Then now you could detect, that this stock may possibly do the same exact move that it did before. Okay. And so if you want to see specific dates to check on that news that you knew back in the day when it came up, when you saw it for the first time, or you saw it the last time you saw it, then you can add this formula here to the dollar sign and the ticker symbol. It can't be all squished in. You have to, right after you put the dollar sign and the ticker symbol, you press space and then you add this little formula here until, in this case, let's say 2026, right? And it's already February, so you put February. It's from recent to old, so you put February here and you put the 13, right? And let's say you want to see only from the 13th to the first of the month, right? Then you put 2026, you put the second, this 02, which is February, and then you put here 01 for the first of the month. Okay, very simple. And right after you put that formula, you press enter and you get your information, and so very, very good to go to Twitter or X, because um you know you can find either the company posting news using that platform, or people just hyping it up and say buy, 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 sell, sell, sell. I mean, you don't want to go ahead and make decisions based on what they say. You just want to know that there's news there. There's people talking about it. That's all that I care about, that people are talking about it, that is just not moving uh based on nothing. There's no stock in the world that is moving just because. There's always a reason. Just always a reason why stocks are moving, at a higher rate. And so very good to do your research on that. And so let's go ahead and start off with the first stock of today. Remember, it's the 13, so we want to change that. We're already 58 minutes in, so hopefully we could speed up the process a little bit. So it's 3:37 p.m. Oh, let me take the p.m. There we go. And so this stock, we've been monitoring it for 3 days already. Soon, let's check this one really quick. Soon, and as you can see, guys, it's still consolidating. It did broke out off these levels here. Pretty good breakout, guys. I mean, you could have took advantage there. We had said here, the last thing we said, today failed to pick up volume, and yesterday had good contract news. It's consolidating off the highs and plan for it to pick up volume and test high day after reclaiming VWAP. Okay, so it did definitely reclaim VWAP. The volume is still low, guys. It's 3 million compared to the average and the float. It has almost the same volume, so it still lacks volume. However, you could have took advantage on this at the open, guys. It had a really clear candles here. Okay, so this is what you would have done here. After the breakout confirmation, you could have got in here, and this thing went as high as 19%, guys. So anything between 5 and 10% is my personal preference. But sometimes you have bonus time days where you get more than that. And that's awesome too. So you could have took advantage of that move right there. It was the only move available at that time at the market open. So it's still consolidating, so we'll keep watching it. It's still consolidating. We might see people interested till Monday as they look at this news, because the thing is still running, you know. So I know I don't like to look at stocks for more than 3 days, but this is just analyzing, guys, just showing you guys to still wait, for the moment. There's still opportunities on this one. If the volume needs to pick up, guys. It needs to be at least 10 million or 20 million at best to be, to have to put interest out there. Let's see. It's 3:39 p.m. Keep watch. And Monday is gonna be holiday, guys, on the 16th, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So Monday the market is not open, so it's up to the 17th, so Tuesday till Tuesday. Okay. Breakout at 242. 242. Volume needs to show up. So that's pretty much for that one. Let's go ahead and continue. NCI is another one. So yeah, guys, appreciate it for stopping by and coming to show support. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. So as you can see here, I mean, this thing has been running for quite a while. Today it did another breakout, guys. We said here, the last thing we said was failed to break out at 245. However, it held near highs, closed strong today. We want it to hold the highs and test tomorrow at whatever time for a breakout. Okay, so this thing, yes, it did break out, not much, but you could have took advantage here, guys. This little candle right here, it went up to 10%, guys. So on one candle, it went to 10%. Okay, there's a lot of stocks out there, big stocks, that it takes them months to hit 10%, guys, for the year. And sometimes they don't even hit 10%, guys. And they way more in value, more valuable. They have way more market cap than this guy right here. This one has only 9 million company value. And so billion-dollar companies, I mean, they have hard time trying to hit 10%, guys. And I'm not saying in one day. I'm saying in the year, you know. And so that's a good opportunity there. Let's say you missed the opportunity. I mean, you could have got it off the bounce of this support level here, and you could have got in somewhere at this candle. This candle went as high as 22%. So 22 plus 10, 32, 33%, somewhere around there. Um, Two good opportunities, guys. This is what I study for, guys, for opportunities like this. And I know it. I mean, after that move, it just came back down and consolidated off the highs, guys, and it tried to recuperate after hours. So it's still under the VWAP, but it's very close from testing and reclaiming again these highs. Okay, so we'll keep watching it. Today had a pretty good move here. Gonna have to check the volume, guys. Let's see where the volume ended right after I marked this line. So it had pretty good volume, 25 million volume. It picked up volume, more than the average and more than the float. The float at 1 million. Very low float, pretty good volume, really good move here. Awesome. I mean, you could have took good advantage there. Remember, the breakout was supposed to be at 245, which we mentioned here. Failed to break out at 245, but then it broke out eventually. Awesome move, guys, right there. It had another good move here at this bounce at 245 too. You could have took another advantage here of these candles here, 7%. So pretty good moves, and it's consolidating off the highs. Remember, this thing ran for 3 days, guys, and it was at low 73 cents all the way to, where's the high here? Right around that area, 366, 403%, guys. In 3 days, 400. You could afford, 4 times your money, whatever you invested, 4 times your money. Okay, that's the power of these crypto stocks. Okay, and crypto has almost the same moves too. Okay, we're gonna jump at crypto pretty soon. This is kind of the value you could be getting off of this. We're gonna continue to monitor this thing for Tuesday. Tuesday might be the failure of this one, but we still gonna have it on watch. 3:45 p.m. Keep watch. Looking for it to reclaim VWAP and test high of day at 366. 366. And that's per share. Okay. And so this, we checked it yesterday. This stock JDZG, I think I saw it this morning. I think it had a pretty good move. It did. Look at that. Look at that, guys. This is what happens when you do your research, you do your analysis well. I mean, years of doing this will get you better. The more time you put into learning this, the better you get. We had said price good volume, good low float, has news, has history running. I mean, it had everything that we're looking for. Plan is for wait for a pullback bounce of 253 and test high day at higher day. I forgot to write the price here, but we want to see a bounce off 253, right? And so it was not perfect, but it did bounce these levels here. Today, it opened a little too high above 253. It bounced a little bit, tried to recover, but it consolidated, throughout the whole day near the highs of yesterday highs. And today, I mean, it picked up once more. Over here, you could have put another resistance line right here. You can see the triangle here, the space. And I mean, the better move here, guys, would have waited for a breakout near these points. I'm over here. I would have took a little small loss. Um, a little bit difficult for me, but it did bounce off the 253, which we were looking for. Not only once but twice, guys. So, I mean, this would not be a good. I mean, this was a little bit harder to trade for me, but it had a pretty good move. This thing went on this move 4%, as high as 23% off the bounce of 253. Okay, so this was a pretty consistent support level, and this thing didn't stop. It went as high as 47% in 1 hour, guys. Some people would have bought it at the breakout, right at the breakout, and just held until they saw a little crack, here. You know, they would have got out somewhere around these areas here after hours. Okay, but that was a good move, guys. It had a big bounce on the level 3. You would have detected here around this area that there was a lot of buying orders here. And once it got executed, guys, this thing took off. It went up 123%, guys. Okay, so that's the kind of move. I mean, in 2 days, this thing went from $1.36 to $4.03, which was 196%. So it's almost 200%. Okay, really good move. Gotta learn this. Gotta understand. This one is. I mean, for me, it would have been a little bit harder trade for me, for my type of move. Now on the 1 minute chart, I mean, you could have probably took advantage of this thing easily. See, right after the bounce off 253, I mean, you could have got a little bit more out of it. This thing went well, it didn't overshadow this candle, so that was not good opportunity there. Well, you could have got in here on this little candle right here, and it went as high as 4%. So you would have got it nearly the same as what I've said, up to 23%. It went as high as 23%. So that was a good move. For me, a little hard trade on this one. If you would have put a resistance line here, you could have caught it at the breakout somewhere around here. I mean, it's when it's high, somewhere around 9, 8, 10%, somewhere 8 to 10%, somewhere like that. So that was a pretty good moves, guys. You could have took it an advantage, guys. A lot of opportunities. Some people even bought it here and just held the thing all the way here, and they sold it here. I mean, that's a little bit more advanced. This is a swing. This would be a swing trade. If you're buying here and just holding overnight, this is already considered a swing trade. Okay. Now this thing gave back half of its gains and it's below VWAP. Not bad. I mean, I would love for it to reclaim VWAP and just test the high day once more. However, very difficult. I mean, there's a lot of distance here that it has to cover. Okay, not sure if it's gonna do that. Let's mark a uptrending support level here. So this is the low. Oh, I just put it wrong. There we go. So these are the levels here. Yeah, that's the level there. It's gonna be hard to recover. But if it does bounce successfully off these levels, it might do another push and test these highs. But I'm not gonna go ahead and watch it. I think it's too long of a distance here that it pushed down. steep distance. It's already halfway of its gains. Not sure if it's gonna recover, guys. Okay. If it shows up again on the scanners, then I'll add it again. But this one, I'm not gonna go ahead and add. So, but it had a pretty good move, guys. That's the most important thing. And if you took advantage of that move, I mean, you made some good profit, then awesome. I would have probably took a little loss there, but it wouldn't hurt me one bit. I cut my losses pretty fast. It wouldn't hurt me. It's a 5 minute outstanding move, guys. Really good move. There's another so you can see there's a triangle right here, and there was some space there too. So you could have caught it right there on this candle, made a little bit of profit too. There's many ways you could trade it, guys. You could trade it the breakouts, you could trade the pullbacks, bounce off the support levels. You could even short it. Shorting is a little bit more difficult to do, more complex, and you have to borrow shares from a broker. That's not my type of trading. I like to trade breakouts and bounces off supports levels. Let's go ahead and scan new stocks, guys. Let's start off fresh. So today's the 13/26, and it's 3:53 p.m. guys, almost 4 o'clock. Hopefully everyone is doing great, is having a good afternoon. Feel free to chat or ask questions. Whoever has questions about the stocks or anything, feel free to ask. I don't bite. I also speak Spanish as well, so if you speak Spanish only, feel free to ask. I also speak Spanish, so let's go ahead and continue. So Finviz is the scanner that website that we use. I mean, there's plenty of scanners out there. I don't use it personally. I use Webull because it has everything integrated into the software. But could be a good start for you. If you're learning, you're just learning, you don't want to start trading yet. This will be a great route, to take to learn stocks and everything. Okay. First thing we want to do, I mean, here, this is a good example of how the overall trend of the stocks are, how the economy is looking like right now, today, how the companies are working. And so we see a lot more green than the red. So today is a lot better than yesterday. Okay. And so the first thing we want to do is press screener, guys. And here you as you can see, I mean, I've said this a couple hundred times already. I mean, you have 547 pages of stocks, guys. There's about 20,000 or more stocks. You don't want to check every single one of them. That's why we're filtering here to minimize the amount of stocks we have to analyze. Okay. Me, I like to put all here because it gives me more options here to filter, and I like to input all my criteria here. Okay. And so the first in my criteria that I would add here is market cap. Remember, it doesn't have to be in order. It's whatever you feel comfortable at inputting here, or other type of software that you're using. The good thing about this web is that you could put your mouse near the word, and it's gonna give you the definition completely of what you're looking at. Okay. In this case, is market cap, which is called market capitalization, right? Capitalization. And it says here the total market value of the company's outstanding shares, right? In other words, is the value of the company, right? Is the total value of the company. Very simple. You could look more research into it, either Investopedia or YouTube. I mean, whatever other forms that you could learn. You can even find books, based on these two. Okay, so we want to pick anything. I mean, there's different types of market caps, guys. I like to choose the lowest available, which is micro cap. Anything under 300 million company value is my personal preference, guys. I already explained a little bit why I pick under 300 million. Um, the next thing here is you can see here is price, guys. Price. I like to choose anything from $1 to 20, and my reasons are very simple. When a stock is under, remember, uh, these companies that are trading in the market, they have to have some type of compliance with the Nasdaq. Okay, with the SEC, they have to have the SEC very strict, and so these companies have to be in compliance. They cannot be under $1, guys. If they're under $1, they're gonna get a delisting notification, and if they get delisted, it's very hard to recuperate. For these stocks to recuperate. So uh, in order for them to maintain the price above, I mean, they have to either have a good product and have investors investing into the company, or as you can see this commonly happening where they do stock splits, guys, and that would push the price up. Will flip the where the price is right now at a higher price. Now the shares, they don't lose value, but you will see a small amount of shares available, on your portfolio. But it doesn't mean that the value that you have invested in the stock, it changed. No, it didn't. It's just they swap the price per share, and they minimize or maximize the amount of shares held. Okay, that's a calculation that they do. I don't go too much in detail into that. That's more fundamental analysis. Um, but you could look into stock splits and do your research on that. But the companies, to when they want to keep their price per share above $1, normally they would do like a stock split or a reverse stock split, and stuff like that. And so, yeah, guys. Also, I don't like to have a price per share above $20, and the reason because of that, I don't. Uh, I said the word yesterday. um, there's a space, right? The word is gonna come eventually. Today, but it's pretty much the space. Let's say you're trying to buy shares of this stock, right? And the stock is being there's buying offers at, let's say, $1, right? And there's selling offers at $2 or $1.10, right? So the gap, right, between the $1 and the 10 cents, which is 9 cents gap right there. That right there is, I forgot the word, but it's very important to have as minimum as you can, because you're gonna you most likely, if you have a it's called a spread, guys. Okay, if you have a wide spread, guys, most likely you're gonna end up buying shares at a higher price, get stuck buying at a higher price, especially if you're doing market orders. And that's not good, guys. You want to be, if you want to buy at $1, you put a limit order at $1, and if the order doesn't go through, then you could push your price up, to meet where they off making their offers next. But yes, you never want to buy stocks at a higher price, more higher than what you're looking to buy shares from, you know. And so, yeah, at 20 over $20, there's very wide spreads. You may see $21 buying offer, and you have a selling offer of freaking $25 or $30, depending, how high the price is per share. You know, you'll see a lot of spreads. Okay, so very very difficult to trade higher spreads. And so that's why I put $1 to 20, right? And so the next thing here to check is the third column, guys. You have relative value. So now relative volume, right? It says here that is the ratio of current value compared to 3 months average adjusted intraday. Remember, intraday is from 9:30 in the morning to 4 p.m. Afternoon, right? That range. And so it's pretty much they use the to get the ratio, right? They use the current volume, right? And they calculate it. They divide the current volume versus the average volume over 90 days, right? And that out of that they get a ratio, and so the higher the ratio, the more it's showing the more demand there is, of this stock at that period of time. Okay, I like to pick anything over 5. Okay, a lot of people pick under 3 to see more stocks, but me, my personal preference, over 5. Remember, I don't want to see any ETFs, anything, only stocks, guys. So industry, I just put stocks here. A lot of softwares don't show this, so they already set up the way you want it to see, the stocks. So most of the time you don't have to input this, but if you can, perfect, awesome. If you're using this platform only, then stick to it. Next thing is the performance. You want to see stocks that are up running, or either they ran earlier, but it's still up in the day, compared to yesterday or days before. Okay. So I want to see today up, this option here. I want to click that, and that's what I want to see. And current volume, very simple, guys. Current volume is the demand of the stock, right? It says here number of shares traded today. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. Is the number of shares traded today, and very simple to understand. The more of volume there is versus what is the flow, which is the supply. The more the demand and the supply, then the price has to go up. If there's more supply than demand, then the price has to meet the buyers, because they need to attract more buyers. Okay, and so that cycle goes on and on and on and on. And so volume for volume, guys, I want to see anything over a million. Okay, why over a million? It's easy for me to get in the trade and get out of the trade and not be worried of getting stuck on the trade. Okay, I don't want to be in a stock that's trading only 10,000 shares, right, for the whole day. And I might get in, I might have the possibility to buy shares, but in order to sell the shares, there's got to be buyers, and so if there's nobody trading in the stock, then and you're there alone, stuck in the trade, it could pass months, guys, and you could be stuck on that stock without having nobody buy it, you know. And so that's why you wanna trade a actively traded stock, with a lot of volume. And I believe anything over a million is active, you know. And so float right here is simple as that, it's the supply of the stock. The definition here is the number of shares available for public trading does not include shares held by insiders. This is pretty much telling you, you know, like the stock has outstanding shares, right? And if you look at this like what I said yesterday, like a cake, like a pie or something, right? You split it in 3 ways. You have privately owned shares, right? These shares are not for trading. They're privately owned, and they're owned by CEOs, board members, employees, shareholders. These are not for actively trading. Okay. Now, there's shares that the company supplies, and those are considered the float. Okay. And then you have a certain set amount of shares that are also considered privately owned, which the company is not yet ready to supply to the market. Okay. And so that's pretty much it, in a nutshell, everything in a nutshell. The less the supply and the more the demand, then the price has to go up. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And so I want to see a very low supply, very low float. Anything under 10 million is my personal preference, based on my study. And now This is pretty much all the criteria inputted here. And as you can see, guys, we don't have 540 something pages of stocks, guys. We have only one page. And now we have 9 different options to check. Okay. VVPR, I've traded this one a lot of times. FPHIO2, VTAC, I've traded this one many times. MLEC, I've traded it plenty times as well. So we have known stocks that show up today. So we we might analyze them if we see some opportunity here. So as you can see, guys, on this web, guys, all this is a lot of insignificant information for me. It's not gonna help me make a decision on the trade, guys. It's not gonna make me help. It's not gonna help me at all. Go through my criteria. Okay. So I don't care what the name of the company is. Some people do care about the sector. Now the sector, you have to track it. You have to track it every month. Every day. For 30 days, every month. You have to see, and the reason why you're tracking it is you want to see which ones are the hottest sectors to trade. And so people trade based on sectors. They only, let's say technology is the hottest sector for it's been the hottest sector for months. So people just focus on technology. And if their criteria doesn't fit with the stock, with these only for in this case is 3 of them available here. If none of these 3 fit my criteria, then there's no trading day. Okay, and that's the only downside of only searching for sectors. You don't know how many times you got to skip a day, because the ones that you're focusing on based on sector is not moving. It's not having the type of criteria you're looking for. Okay, that's why I don't focus on sector only. Industry, it's not gonna help me. Where the stock is coming from is not gonna help me. Market cap, I only focus when I'm sorting the stocks. Okay, when I'm filtering the stocks here. Okay, that's the only time. The rest of the day, I care less. The same thing with the PE ratio. There's no information here for me to benefit out of. This is more for fundamental analysis. Percent change, just like I said, the market is closed, nothing is moving. I get no benefit out of looking at this. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it, and the only way you can remove them out of this list here is you go to custom. Okay, and now you have a bunch of options here on whatever you want to see. You could input or output whatever you want to see on this bottom list here. And so let's take the numbers off. A company, I mean, remember, you don't have to do what I'm doing. This is more from like my personal preference in terms of seeing things a lot clear. I don't have to have too much junk on my list. And so right here now you see a little bit more clear. And I like to add the relative volume and the shares float, the float. Okay, and now I can see, now I understand that there's all these stocks are low floats, right? These two are a little bit high, but it's not too high. It's still considered a low float, right? I also understand that there's a high relative value, right? Above 5. This one is the lowest right here, this GP. And I also could see the volume here and the price, guys. It's no higher than 20 and no lower than $1. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to sort volume from high to lowest, right? And remember, guys, just like I said before, like you could analyze. Oh, hold on a second, guys. My wife is calling me again. Let me get back to you guys. Give me like 5 more minutes. I'll be right back with you guys. Bear with me for a minute. Alrighty, guys. We're back. Sorry for the wait, guys. Let's go ahead and continue. So as I was saying, I mean, we made a list here, very simple, not too complicated to do. Eventually, over time, you're gonna do this often. You know, if you want to learn what I'm learning, which is what I'm teaching, which is day trading, guys. Um, what I was I forgot. There was something I had in mind, and I forgot what I was gonna say. But this is pretty much it. I like to sort out everything from high to lowest. I like to look at you know, the highest volume at this time, because since the market is not open, you no longer focus on the percentage change. So that's why we removed the percentage change. Oh, and I got exactly what I was gonna say. Remember, guys, you only need 2 or 3 stocks per day, and you really want to focus on one stock, guys, at a time. Okay, it's okay to miss your opportunity on, if you're looking at three, it's okay to lose your opportunity on two or one or what. I mean, as long as you focus on one, and you strategize on one, and you execute it well, depending, if you win or lose, at least you executed perfectly on one. That's all you need, and so eventually you're gonna get a lot faster, and you're gonna be able to manage one or two or three, but remember, one at a time. And so let's go ahead and continue. So we're gonna look at rhyme. I mean, we looked at this one yesterday, I think it was, and it didn't do what we were looking for, but today it had a pretty big move, guys. A lot of volume kicked in. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that one, rhyme. I'm very curious on this one. Wow, look at this, guys. This is what I love. This is what I love. So as you can see, guys, I mean, you got the breakout here. I mean, I would have took a little small loss on this breakout level here, but you could have hop back on it, right after, let's see, somewhere around here, probably around this candle somewhere, because this green candle overshadowed this red candle here. This was not a pullback. Usually we'll do this when it's a pullback. However, I mean, you could still jump at it. It's not a confirmation pullback, so we're not marking resistance levels, guys. So that's why we're focused more on the breakouts. Okay, there's a lot of support level here. That's why once it broke out all this resistance, this current resistance, now we have tremendous support here. Okay, this thing took off very fast, guys. I mean, this thing, just like I said, you could have took advantage on this candle. It went up high as 12% in 15 minutes, and it's high at the close at 67%. Remember, I don't trade after hours. Some people do, but if you were trading after hours, this thing, and you held it, this thing traded all the way to 185% in 2 hours. Okay, so that's very key, very important. Oh, thank you, baby. Oh, wow.
I got you.
Look, man. What size is this?
I don't know. I hope it fits you, big head.
This is a small. It's a little small.
It's not my fault you got a giant head.
Okay, I appreciate it though. Okay,
Hopefully it fits.
hopefully it fits. Okay, yeah. So my
Use other stuff.
yeah. Okay, baby. Thank you. So my wife bought me a extra hat. Hopefully that works. But we'll use this one because this is what we're promoting right now. So we're promoting Rumble. So anybody that's coming in and doesn't know what Rumble is, remember it's a platform that a lot of content creators use. It's like a Twitch. It's like a like Kick or YouTube. You could say that too. I mean, there's a lot of good content creators. Very strong community, guys. So if you're new and you're looking to sign up, don't forget to hit the QR code. Let me see if you can see it on my. Yes, you can see it on my screen. So right on the right side, you say where it says join Rumble. I mean, you could scan the QR code and you can sign up very fast there. Okay. So, so yes, guys. So this is the type of opportunities you could be making, guys. Remember, you don't have to do 5 minutes. You could do at the 1 minute. This thing had awesome opportunities here, guys. Okay, this would have been a confirmation pullback, and you could have got it here at the breakout. This thing went, you know, at this point you could have got it on one candle, guys. In 1 minute candle, it went 21%. 1 minute candle. Okay, that's how fast these things move. That's why you have to be careful. After hours, I wouldn't trade it, just like I said, but some people did trade it after hours. But this thing, I mean, it had an awesome move. Let's say you missed an opportunity here at this breakout. This is a breakout too, right here. This was a good opportunity here to get on the 1 minute, 15 minute, 15%, right on that breakout level. And if you miss the opportunity, no problem. This thing bounced off the support levels at 207, and you could have took advantage somewhere around here, this area. I mean, I would have me on my trade, I would have took a little small loss, but some of you guys are tolerant to hold a little bit, and based on pattern recognition and looking at the level 2, level 3, then you can make pretty good decisions, you know. And so, pretty good move, guys. Pretty good move. This is the type of stocks that I'm talking about. If you learn how to find these, look at this. It went up in one day, it went up 385%. Okay. I know some of you won't catch the whole move, but there's a lot of people that they did took advantage of this move. They even probably bought it here, even down here, and just held it. You know, crazy like that. But some people did took advantage of this. And they made their money worthwhile. So it's consolidating off the highs now. However, I mean, it's a little bit too extended compared to where the VWAP is. It eventually has to pull back. It does have to pull back. Let me mark the levels really quick on the 5 minute. Hopefully we could mark it correctly. So this is a confirmation pullback. I mean, as you can see, you see the triangle here. And you see the space inside the triangle. The highest point inside the triangle, that's what you're gonna mark as a resistance level. And right there, I mean, some people did took it, got in at the breakout, and so that's how you trade it. And this is the high day completely of the total day. These are the levels. If you want to see where the stock may go, very hard to detect where it's gonna go, but you pick the previous low day versus the current lowest price area, which is, we call it the lower low, but you guys could call it whatever you guys want at the end of the day. So yeah, this thing has to make a pretty big pullback to get to these points. I'm not sure if it's gonna do that. It's gonna take a little bit. It might continue to consolidate around these big ranges here, but we don't know until Tuesday, guys. So this I won't. I love that it closed strong. It's above the VWAP. I'm just worried about if it's gonna do a bouncing. We're gonna go ahead and add this thing. Good price, good volume. As you can see, guys, this thing went up 164 million volume, guys. Very high volume. The float is 2 million, so low float. And the news, which was yesterday, I think it was, talking about AI. So it's more AI news. AI is what's hot right now. Say yesterday, meet the former karaoke company. that sank. Oh, this is just a Washington Journal article. Okay, truck and logistics stocks become next casualty in AI led. Nope. This is all hyped up news. Let me check on Finviz. So 10. I mean, there was a lot of news here, but it didn't show exactly what I'm looking for. So algorithm algorithm holdings, right, which is this one, I think it is a trucking company. See this one right here. February 12th. So you got a guy here on Benzinga releasing a statement here, article. Hits trucking transport stock hammered. All these are just hype news. It's not giving me any different any significant news here that I might be interested in knowing. It says stocks trending overnight. Here's what you should know. I don't like to do a lot of reading, but sometimes it's good to get in there. Surge 11% after our session. Announced semi-cap platforms enable customers to scale freight volumes by 300 to 400% without increasing operational headcount. Semicab is AI enabled predictive and collaborative collaborate no shit I just said it wrong. Collaborative uh optimization engine targeted at shippers and carriers. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So yeah, AI is technologies is being used to do this type of thing. It's a product. So not bad. So that's kind of positive. And since AI is hot right now, hot news right now, so it just spiked up the stock, So that's kind of what happened. So it's good, it has news. I mean, recent news from yesterday, which made this happen today. So good to know. This line right there, 150 was actually the breakout level. I don't know why I marked that one on top, that other one on top. Oh, it was because we saw it on these previous days here. Okay, not bad, but I mean it had a significant move, guys. This is a significant move. Very significant. So let's keep on going, guys. Had news, had recent news. Had recent news and the daily. The next thing we go is to the daily. It's a second green day, and it's a multi right at these levels here. I mean, it's past multiple months. I mean, 2025. So it's a multi-month breakout. Very, very good. Breakout of running. Looking for large pullback and bounce off support at, check the 5 minute. And so the pullback, right, I would want it to be at 388. Okay, I don't want it to be down here. 388 for continuation. Continuation. Okay. Everybody has a different way of writing their watch list. This is the way I do it. I keep it very simple. I add only what fits what this stock fits the criteria. Okay. And so let's go ahead and go to the next one, guys. Remember, Friday is when everybody goes very hard on stocks. I mean, that sound wrong. That sound wrong. What I meant to say, everybody. What I meant to say is that people trade a lot because remember you got 2 days off. And well, it's already on Monday also. It's another day off for the stocks, so people don't want to lose opportunities, and so they trade a lot on Fridays. Okay, there's a lot of trading. So this was pretty good to see. We marked the high day as well. So yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and check another one right here, which is JDZG. I think we already did check this one. Is it the same that we watched? JDZG, or we're confusing that one with another one? Let's check again. JDZG. Oh yeah, yeah. We already watched this one. Yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and trade this one because remember it looks strong on the chart, right? On the daily, it will. This information on the daily, just so you guys can know, this information, it's only intraday information, not extended hours information. Okay, all this data is coming from intraday. Okay, it's not showing that you know that it went as high as what highest it went today. It went to 403, right? On the daily, it will show it went up to that point on the market open, but it's not going to show you what happened on the. It's not going to show you, right, that it went now to 262, right? It's not going to show you. You see, it's at this point right here. I mean, it gave back all of its gains, most of its gains. Okay, it's not going to show you that. It's going to show you a gap on Tuesday that in the opening around this price level here. And so yeah, not good. Just like this, you see, this stock history, it repeated again. You see, it made that big move, and then it opened very very low the next following day, or if it was on Friday, then on Monday, it looked that way. Okay, so it does have some history of running, but this is not it's not showing what's happening right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next one. MLEC is the next one we're gonna check. MLEC. I look at this one this morning, had a pretty good move. Now it ended very very low. 5-minute chart, you see, I marked them this morning. Not good. No opportunity, guys, to trade it. I would love for it to reclaim VWAP and test a high day, but it's extended. It gave back half of its gains. It closed very weak, and now it's low. So this one is not gonna be on the list as well. NCI, we checked this one already. See, we already checked NCI. So this stock, these three stocks already appeared several times this week. Okay, that's very 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 key to know. When they appear multiple times, that means everybody's paying attention to it. you know PHIO as well, another one that I've been watching for a couple days. PHIO, I haven't added to the list. I think I added one time, I'm not sure, but now it's running. Look at that, guys. What I'm saying about these lines, guys. Every time I mark a line, these stocks just take off, guys. Look at that. Once it broke out off this downtrending support, this thing took off. What a great opportunity, guys. Look at this. You could have got in there. It went as high as 7% and as high as 32%, guys. These are the kind of opportunities. And let's say you missed this whole move, guys. At the bounce off the support level at 157, guys, you could have got another entry here. Okay, it went as high as 8% and as high as 19%, guys. So two good moves there that you could have took advantage, and now it's consolidating off the highs, guys. Not sure where this is gonna go. I would love for it to keep holding these above VWAP and test the high day here. Okay, so this is a resistance level up here, and this high one is the high day. Okay, and so right now we're around these ranges here. Okay, so yeah, these lines are already irrelevant, but it was good to like show you guys how the turnaround looks like. You know, pretty interesting. Okay, so we're gonna add this one to the list. PHIO, good price. Let's check the volume. 24 million volume, way more than the average and way more than the float. So that's the kind of volume I want to see too. Really good volume and low float. This thing had news, had a positive trial news. I'm not sure if it's moving based on that only or hype on social media as well. So yesterday, oh, this is a hype article as well. Says cancer biotech file pharmaceutical surges as trial shows tumor clearance at the highest. Cancer biotech file pharmaceutical stock surges as trial shows tumor clearance at the highest dose in skin cancer patients. This is big news, guys. Okay, that's very, very good. I'm happy for this company to find a cure. Okay, well, not entirely cure. This is only the first phase. Remember, it goes through 3 phases, so this is very positive to see that the tumor is reacting based on this dosage that they put. So pretty good. It's not entirely cure of that cancer, but it's a good analysis of that. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this one. So recent news, and let's go to the daily and check the daily. Remember, this thing has history of running. You can see the spikes. You can see, multiple days running here. Had a couple good earnings, guys. Now, it had a recent split as well. That's why you see these high prices here. So, had a recent split. This thing is a multi-week breakout. Multi-week breakout, pretty good. This is a first green day as well. So, I like trading first green days. So, multi-week breakout and first green day has history of running. Plan is for it to hold above VWAP and test high of day at test high day at 187. $1.87 shares per share. $1.87 per share. So it's gonna cost you $1.87 per share. So if you want to own one share, it would cost you $1.87. That's pretty much how you buy shares. How much a share will cost on this stock right here. Okay. And so yeah, that's pretty much that one for that. We don't write too much, you know. Usually you don't want to, just like I said, you don't want to focus on more than three. You don't want to go ahead and list all, you know. And for an example, you may see all these. There could be a hot day where all these fit your criteria and all of them had good moves, but you don't want to focus on all of them, guys. You don't want to go ahead and add all of them to your list. Okay. I might add two or three, and that's just to show you guys analysis that we're gonna do, you know, while we're monitoring it. But usually I focus on one or two, and most of the time I focus on one, and I take my profits bits by bits every day. And here and there I have a couple days where I get losses here and there. I mean, I'm the you know uh the stock will not go your way all the time. As long as you keep your losses very small and take advantage of your wins, you know, you keep your profit percentage higher than your loss percentage, then you should be okay, you know. What is the next one? GP. And so GP is still okay, not too high. It went as from $1 to 27 cents, so it went up 27 cents. I'm not sure if this thing is okay. We'll see a little. No, you see, it's lacking volume at the open here. I mean, it had pretty good volume here, but it lacked. Reuters yesterday, Canada's green power quarter earnings. Quarter three revenue rises 18%. So they had our earnings news not to yesterday. So very good news. Okay. Earnings will last a couple days. I'm not sure if volume is gonna pick up. This thing has 9 million volume, more than the average and more than the float. We will love for volume to pick up. Okay. If volume picks up, it shows up on Tuesday, then this thing might go more further because we had a recent move here. I already had mark here lines here. So this is the back end of the move. This one is the back end of the move, but we have recent earnings news. So earnings sometimes last a couple days, a couple weeks, depending, you know, what is the supply and demand. But, you know, had a pretty good move here. Now, I hate that it lacks a lot more volume. And look at after hours, guys. It's just all over the place. Yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and add this one to the list. If it shows up later on, then great. But I just want to show you guys how to find them, how to analyze, how to make your watch list. The stuff that I already show you, that's the most important thing to see. VVPR, I've traded this one I don't know how many times. VVPR, VO Power, pretty good move. Look at that. Pretty good move, and it's still holding the VWAP. It's under the VWAP, but it's still holding near it, so it's consolidating off these levels here. Uh, this could be considered a little bit resistance level here. You could have got in somewhere here. A resistance line, and this is the high day right here. So those are the levels. I mean, right now it's low level here. These are the lower lows. Let me go ahead and mark a trend line. Okay, not perfect. Not perfect. Remember the lines here, these horizontal lines, those are not the only resistance and support levels, guys. All the channels, you know, closer to the levels, those are what is part of the support or resistance levels. Okay, very good to understand. See all these channels here that you see, all these channels is part of, in this case, is part of the resistance level. Okay. Raised three, it says here Vivo International raised 30 million through a pipe on February 12th, which was yesterday, using a convertible preference shares priced at $6.80 each, aimed at boosting its sovereign AI data center platform. So more AI news. Okay, really good news. A $30 million, it raised $30 million. Hmm, interesting. So yeah, this one, I'm just gonna guess, I'm just gonna use it as just an example, but I would like to keep these two on watch because these are the two most active. I want to show you guys discipline in learning, not to focus on too many stocks. One or two is good, or three. These don't are they're a little bit too lower volume, guys. Wow, FGL went from $11 to $30. FGL. Oh my god. So as you can see, guys, this gap right here, this was a halt. Okay, same thing with this one. These gaps are halts, and it had two halts on the upside and had one halt on the downside. Okay, not good. You don't want to get caught on a halt. And this thing went up, and as soon as people started panicking here after this drop right here, and just right now it's low, very low. It went back to its original price level. Okay, this thing went today 175%. See, this is the wild moves that it can make, but this is very risky, aggressive, very aggressive, very hard to catch too, because this thing open, you know we don't know if it did had plenty of volume here. See, 3,000 volume, guys. These four bars together, 3,000, no good. I wouldn't be interested in this thing. It most likely never show up on the top percent gainers. So yeah, let's go to the next one, VTAC. And so VTAC here, low volume, more supply. So this gets disqualified. I'm not even gonna look at it. See, there's more supply than the demand, just a little bit more, but still it's around those ranges. We don't want the demand to be higher than the supply. Sorry, we don't want the demand and the supply to be at the same amount of volume, of levels in terms of shares. Okay. Um. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the stocks, guys. We have how many we have to look at? We have one, two, three, four. That's it. That's all you need, guys. And these are the main ones to check. You could monitor this. This will be like third option, fourth option, or fourth option, third option, whatever you wanna. These are the most important ones to watch for Tuesday. Okay, not NCI and not Zoom. This will be the last options. Okay. Okay, crypto is the next thing we're gonna go ahead and look at. We're gonna monitor Bitcoin. Thank you guys for being patient and being here on the stream, guys. Appreciate it very much. Hopefully, you guys can see everything, hear the audio well, and let's go ahead and continue. Okay. So as you can see, guys, we have another upside move here. It's consolidate. This is more of a consolidation. Not sure if it's gonna test these highs again. But I would want it to see more of a pullback. It's gonna take a little bit in order for it to turn around, guys. It's gonna take a little bit. Look at this same move. It had a head and shoulders, the same move as this one right here. You see a head and shoulders, this pattern. And it took, in order for it to turn around, guys. Let me see how much it took. It took 205 days, guys, to make that. Is that right? Yeah, 205 days. You know, took a couple months. So, keep that in mind, that it's gonna take a little bit for it to make a turnaround. You just gotta, keep a plan. Understand your 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 plan. What you're doing. At the end of the day, stick to your rules. But the plan is for it to go down, test these uptrending support levels, go up, test this resistance, bounce off of it, at least a second point of contact, and then take off. That's kind of my plan. It's gonna meet this uptrending resistance, but I think it could break out successfully. You will see these little channels here of these temporary pullbacks, but it's not gonna be there for long. I believe it's gonna keep on going more. So pretty good, pretty good. But right now it's on the green, so we're gonna see a little bit more cryptos today, most likely. So let's go ahead and check the crypto. Remember, we have cryptos released here too, only take USD. So we're gonna go ahead and check those first before we hop into the crypto web. So let's check the 5-minute. Okay, so we had a nice breakout here, guys. What we say here: had good volume, high supply, has ran 2 days, closed strong near highs, looking for a breakout or a breakout bounce entry. So the breakout was pretty awesome. You had this candle right here, 7%. Let's say you lost that opportunity, you could have caught it here at the bounce. And the bounce right here, I mean, it went as high as 8% to 14%. Very hard, to time the bounce here. Remember, this red candle overshadows all these 3 candles. That's why I marked it at this other candle. And it went as high as 14%, so that's pretty awesome. So you could have took advantage on those moves there, and now it's consolidating off the highs, guys. We might see something else pretty soon. Let's see if we can mark another trend here, the low of this day and the low of this high, this lower day. There we go. Okay, now you can see the channels. This thing had breaking down, but it recovered pretty nicely. And now it's at this level right here. I mean, I would love for it to bounce off this uptrending support and keep on moving higher. This is the high day right here. So we're marking the high day, and these are the channels that it's running right now. It had big swings these couple days, but today is channeling a lot more smaller. So right after any breakout happening now, it's gonna make these swings either to the downside or the upside. Okay, so pretty good. We'll keep watching it. Let's put today's date to 13/26, and it's 4:56. So 4:56 p.m. Keep watch. Remember, crypto works 24 hours, guys. It never rests. So this is gonna, there might be good opportunities on Saturday or Sunday, guys. Okay. Keep watch. Looking for bounce, pullback, bounce off, uptrending, support. Okay. Let's go check this one. Okay. And so this one is still consolidating. I'm gonna take it off because I don't like to see little ranges like that. I like to see a pretty good range when it's trading. All this consolidation, be very small ranges like this, it worries me a little bit. Very low volume too. So yeah, this one I'm gonna go ahead and take it off the list. You don't know how long it's gonna be consolidating like that. Yeah. If it shows up again, then I'll add it, eventually. But right now, not interested right now in checking. So let's go. That's pretty much for the crypto that we had listed yesterday. And so this right here is our criteria, all three of them. We want to focus on market cap, volume, and percentage change. Okay, these are the criterias. And so to input to them, we're gonna go ahead and let's put today's date before we start anything. There we go. 13/26. And it's 4:59, so it's already 5 o'clock, guys. 9 p.m. I know it seems like it takes a long time, right? But remember, I'm explaining this to you guys little by little. That's why it's taking a little bit longer. But when you're doing this on real time, guys, on your own, guys, it's not gonna take too long. It takes 5 to 10 minutes, max. If it's stocks, it'll take you like 7, 8 minutes. If it's crypto, it'll take you like 10 minutes, not too long. It shouldn't take you that long to make a watch list, okay? Bear with me for a second. My wife is about to tell me something. Give me a second. All right, let me take. I'll be right back really quick. I gotta do a favor for my wife really quick. I'll be right back. Bear with me for a minute. right, guys, we're back. We're back. Sorry for the wait, guys. I know we're almost done, guys. So we're gonna do a list, and we're gonna add only two cryptos today. There's a little bit of stuff I have to do after the stream, so that's why I have to, hurry up a little bit. But let's go ahead and start, guys. So this is the webs that I use for the crypto. I mean, you could use any web out there. On my Discord, I have a lot of links, so feel free to go to the Discord and where it says resources on the channel. You could go ahead and get any link. I mean, there's so many options there to for crypto, for stocks. There's even brokerages there that you could use for your trading, for anything pretty much. And so feel free to go over there. Also, if you're interested in reading books, learning more stocks, using books and everything, reading books, I have a book list there on Discord, guys. Most of those books I already read them. Um, all that I know comes from most of it comes from there, from those books. So feel free to check the list. And so we're gonna go ahead and continue. So right here, the first thing you want to do on this website, you want to go ahead and press filters, and you're gonna see this box here. Remember, we have three criteria that we're gonna use: market cap, volume, and percentage change. Okay. So market cap, we want to use, we want to see anything 1 million to 10 million. Okay. And percentage change from 10% to no more than 500%. And volume, make sure that it's 24-hour, not change, just the volume here. And then it has to be 1 million, just like I said, it has to be liquid, and no more than 100. Okay. And then after that, you press apply, and now you have a pretty good option here. I mean, you got one page, eight cryptos here to look at. I like to see double digits on crypto, but sometimes more than 5, it's pretty good of volume. So as you can see, 6 and 7, those are the two that we're gonna go ahead and check. We could check this AK. I've never seen this one before. AKE. And so AKE, it seemed like it had a pretty decent move today, but failed to. Right now, it looks like it's failing to hold the highs. You're gonna mark the resistance lines, guys, and the high day. These are the levels of resistance that it has to recover from. It seems like it's not doing it right now, but it did have opportunities today. So support level. Not sure what's gonna after this drop. Now all we got is these resistance levels, this support level here. Yep, that's the support level that I gotta deal with today. Let's mark the uptrending support. This is the low, and this is the lowest point right here. And now would want to watch a bounce off the uptrending support. Now this one doesn't qualify much. Look, it has only 3 million volume. Let's see if we could open another, and let's see the markets, how liquid this thing is moving. You see, no million volume. That's 16%. This one is 17, 30% on volume, but this one has way more volume, more liquid. AKWBW. So if you're looking to trade this one, Pancake Swap is the right choice right here. AKWBMB, WBMB. But I like to see anything over 1 million volume. This thing has 603,000. Let's check this second one, coin on. And now you can see, got multiple 1 million volume. And this high one, it seems like gate, it seems like more liquid than the rest. So we're gonna go ahead and check. This one has a lot of liquidity too, the size. But look at the price, guys. Yikes. Okay. High price, guys. Coinbase. Yeah, we're not gonna jump at this too high price. ZTX. I think we're gonna have one. I think we're having only one here that might have an opportunity. Um, this one seems pretty good. Look, stair stepping pattern. It's consolidating off these highs. Let's go ahead and mark support levels here first. And so, crypto has almost the same concepts as stocks, guys. There's a little bit more options that you have to. I mean, there's a lot more things that you have to do in order to trade them. But in terms of patterns and the candles moving and everything seems like it's moving nearly the same. And these are the channels that it's at right now. It seems like it's bouncing off this support level here. So we're not sure where it's gonna go right now, but since it's bouncing off the support, the next level that it has to test is this high right here. So ZTX USD is the one that we're gonna go ahead and mark today. Oh, CTX USD. Yep. Looking for bounce off support and test high of day. Not much volume. We'll want volume to pick up. Okay. There's a lot of homework you have to do before you trade these guys. Check the news, check the owners of the company, check social media, check their website. There's a lot of homework you have to do. It's not you use almost the same concepts in terms of criteria and everything, but it takes a little bit more to you're pretty much trusting your hard-earned money into stocks, to crypto that you have no familiarity with. And there's a big possibility that this crypto could be a scammer, and once you put in an order, you might not see that money back. So you have to be careful, do your due diligence, confirm that this is a real crypto before you trade them. Okay, so there's only two. That's pretty much all you need, two or three. I don't see anything else trading at a high magnitude. I mean, you got yeah, Coinbase and AK. No, all these are not trading at a high level. This one seems like it's the only one that I like checking. ZTX. The rest is just not good. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you find the crypto, guys. That's I analyze the Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin right now, it seems like it's been going up for, well, today's gonna be the second day that it's up. It eventually has to pull back, guys. It has to get more grounding, and in order to bounce and make huge bounces. So I'm looking more like a two bounces off that support level that I marked before, and see if it could make a pretty good move in a couple months from now. Probably 2-3 months. I'm not sure, depending where the flow is going. You could check the Bitcoin not every day. You could check it once a week or 2 times a week. But I'm just showing you guys every day just to show you an example on how to pretty much see the overall trend of the stock of the crypto and stocks. Okay, so hopefully you guys love the stream. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great, good afternoon, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Oh, remember, Saturday and Sunday, I mean, we have gaming. Hopefully, we could do some gaming. I'm not sure how I'm feeling, but if I feel pretty good, then tomorrow we'll do some gaming. So hopefully, you guys enjoy the gaming tomorrow or Sunday, guys. Okay, so I hope you guys have a good afternoon, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Okay, guys. Let me see. Oh, before we go, let me see if I could rate somebody. I was about to leave just like that. Let me see if I could rate somebody really quick. Let's do frag. You know what? Let me go ahead and check more people here. Bear with me, guys. Let me see. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go raid Joe Donuts live. He's doing Arc Raiders, I'm thinking. Yes. So let's go ahead and show support over there. Grab his link. Show support. So go ahead, show support to Joe Donuts live. So it worked. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, or if not, then Sunday. Or if I can do weekends, then I'll do the two. I'll be here Tuesday. Okay, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy your good night or good afternoon, depending where you are. All right.